Good evening, racing fans. Welcome to Racing Action from Flamboro Downs for this Tuesday evening. Our first race will go to post in approximately 15 minutes. The track condition listed as fast, and the announcer listed as slow. Let's get a look at the changes. No changes, races 1 through 6. In race number 7, number 5, Highway Vagabond is scratched. Race 7, scratch 5, Highway Vagabond. Race 8, number 2, Brydown Royal Art is scratch. Scratch 2, Brydown Royal Art. And race number 9 has no changes. Race 9, it is currently 14 minutes to our first dash. Giddy up. Go Bills. field for race number 1 is on parade. 1 is Muscle Charm, Colin Kelly for Alan Bredner and Ron Snowden. Number 2 is Sand Dune, Bruce Richardson for John Holding and Morley Bosworth. Number 3 is Melissa's Day, Keith Jones for Maggie Jones and Phil Neufeld. Number 5, The Blondie, Travis Henry for J.F. McGuire. Note that 6, Yell It, Samuel Fillion for Keith Jones and Doug McCarthy. Number 4 is Hope and Glory, Steve Byron for Gino Cicero. Number 7, Graceful China, Jason Ryan for Paul Reed and Sandra Stammy. Note that number 8 is Radical Legacy, Travis Cullen for Greg McNair and Ross Holmes. It's a field of 8. Race number 1, the Prospect Series for 2-year-old trotting fillies. And let's get a look at this field for race number 1. And the most obvious place that we have to start is number 2 is Sand Dune. And Sand Dune, well, 3 starts, perfect 3 for 3. But it's not just that, it's how she's been doing it, winning going away, and not even close to finish. And last race came out and battled first up and then cleared the lead and opened up by 3 1/4. She just has looked so good. She's had inside post positions in all 3 and again here in this start. So Sand Dune is one that just keeps on going forward, and even money is understandable based on what we've seen from her. She's looked really solid. Number 5, The Blondie, back-to-back runner-up finishes to Sand Dune, and probably the main threat to Sand Dune, but not really close in terms of being a threat, but at least one that you got to consider for the exactor ticket. The Blondie does have 5 out of 6 in the top 3 on the year, including a win. The Blondie and Travis Henry for J.F. McGuire, 5-1. Number 1, Muscle Charm, was a winner in the Prospect Series all the way on top just 2 races ago. Last race didn't go well. Did make the early lead and then tired off badly. And hard to really say why. Got the half in 101 and 3, and things should have worked well, but just kind of faded out of it. Muscle Charm looks to bounce back. Has the inside, though, and could, and is 9-2. Colin Kelly for Alan Bredner. Number 4, Hope and Glory. Well, back-to-back 4th place finishes in the Prospect Series. Hasn't made the top 3 yet, but you do see this one flashing enough overall speed to maybe think that she could round out the ticket again, or maybe even be a threat for 2nd or 3rd, but a long way to go to catch Sand Dune, I think. Sand Dune just stands out so far and is even money. is rolling race one, Prospect Series, Muscle Charm, Sand Dune, Melissa's Day on the inside. In the center, Hope and Glory, the Blondie. To the outside, Yell It, Graceful China, Radical Legacy, Field of 8. Race number 1. Field for race number 1. He is at the start of the rough, and Radical Legacy from the outside. Also driving is the Blondie, and on the inside, Sand Dune. And they work their way around that first turn. And the early advantage right now goes to the Blondie and Radical Legacy. Sand Dune is third in the early action. Muscle Charm is racing position to fourth. Then back in fifth is Melissa's Day as they race on to the opening quarter. Then it is back for the Hope and Glory, Graceful China, and Yell It is back trailing the field. And on past the opening quarter they go. Radical Legacy and Travis Cullen from post 8 with the lead. But there goes the Blondie now. And the Blondie moves up and is looking to claim the lead. In front of length and a quarter, length and a half now, and gets over to the pylons in front of Radical Legacy. Sand Dune is third and is currently about 4 lengths from the front. Then it is Muscle Charm as they work their way off the turn. They head up towards us, but it's still the Blondie with the front. Radical Legacy. Sand Dune is chipping away, getting a little bit closer, but still has 4 lengths to call her the Blondie. And then Muscle Charm is fourth. Then it is Melissa's Day and Hope and Glory and Graceful China, and Yell It is way back trailing the field. And it is the Blondie who's got the lead. The Blondie, Radical Legacy, is now angled towards the outside against the Blondie, and then Sand Dune is racing third, inching forward, but still about 3.5 from the lead. And now Radical Legacy is moving up against the Blondie, and Sand Dune now is bearing down from third, but has work to do because Radical Legacy has taken the lead. Radical Legacy, and then back to second, the Blondie. Sand Dune third, about 2.25 off the lead in closing ground, 3/4, 128 and 4. Radical Legacy. Sand Dune is working hard now. The Blondie is third. It is Radical Legacy and Sand Dune grinding. Radical Legacy, though, is still sharp as they turn for home. Radical Legacy as they come on down the stretch drive. Lead still by 2. Sand Dune is going to finish second to a very sharp Radical Legacy. Then it was Sand Dune, the Blondie, and Hope and Glory fourth, a mile of 1:58 and 2. Radical Legacy. There's look at the winner, number 8, Radical Legacy, 2-year-old muscle Mass Bay filly. Owned by Ross Holmes, trained by Greg McNair, Travis Cullen, the winning driver. Radical Legacy's second win in 2 starts. Mile of 1:58 and 2. The first race payouts: 8 Radical Legacy, 673.20 and 280. 2 Sand Dune, 220, 210. 5 The Blondie, 230. $2 Exactor, 1960. Dollar Try, 1855. Dollar Super, 66.95. The first race, sort of a finish from the top down: 527 438 61. That's 527 438 61 on the bottom. For race number 2 on parade, 1 Arts to Leave, Jason Ryan for Dwayne Marfisi and David Jarvis. To his pay line, Travis Henry for Steve Charlton, Roderick Gillis. 3 Leave It to Luther, Colin Kelly for Ryan Stewart and Courtney Pollard. 4 is Fiscal Policy, Mike Horner. Drives and trains and owns. 5 is Come on Artie, Samuel Filioff, Brett Lester and Diane Silvestri. And number 6 is Gilligan's Hooligan, Anthony Hahn for Anthony Beaton and West Wind Stable, and Kevin McKinley and Hut Racing and Jim Fielding. A field of 6 for race number 2. Let's get a look at the players here in the second race. The main player, I think, is number 5, Come on Artie. Well, what makes me think that? How about back-to-back wins coming in? 3 wins in the past 5 starts and 7 on the year. And Come on Artie has been just outstanding of late, and just really fine efforts. If you look at that race that finished third up at Georgian Downs, Marshall Zukov won in 52 and 4. So a big measuring stick also. Just Come on Artie is one that's been really good. He's a horse very much on the come. And 3-2 as the favorite. Number 6, Gilligan's Hooligan, though, had a couple of really impressive wins back to back at Georgian Downs. That had a couple races that didn't go well, but last race it was a return to form. The one that beat him, Crazy World, was crazy good in that start. And Crazy World has had a couple of other really fine performances. And Gilligan's Hooligan was beaten only 3/4. So I think it's the main one to threaten Come on Artie outside post. But field of 6, it doesn't matter post position as much. And he is 9-2. Number 3, Leave It to Luther. Well, wired a field at Hanover last race. Now moves up substantially, but nonetheless, Leave It to Luther. Colin Kelly for Ryan Stewart. 5 wins in 10 starts in the year, and had 2 wins in 5 starts last year. So Leave It to Luther, 7-2. And one more is number 1, Arts Alive, and was second at Georgian Downs to Come on Artie 2 races ago. Last race tried Mohawk, and I did race in 52 and 2. Had a pretty big back half, 54 and 3, to work from off the pace and close some ground, but just in tough. And Arts Alive, inside post here, should have a shot at being a solid player here. Could be a good trip horse. Gets off the gate well, and you do see this one flashing some gate speed. In fact, how about a start from post 10 with a 26 and 2 opening quarter going back in July? So you see that early speed there. Arts Alive could be very alive early. We'll see how far he can go, but he's not one to overlook in here, 2-1. But I love number 5, Come on Artie, the most, 7-5. No long shot in here. The tilt board tells the story. Payline, the longest one on the board at 7-1. Gate is rolling for race number 2. Taking up their positions. It starts alive in pay line on the inside. In the center, Leave It to Luther, Fiscal Policy. To the outside, Come On Artie, and Gilligan's Hooligan. It is a field of 6 for the second race. Here they come. And Art's Alive has made an early break. And gunning out is Come On Artie. Come On Artie trying to grab the early lead. Then Leave It to Luther. Gilligan's Hooligan. And racing position fourth as they work around the turn is Payline. And fifth is Fiscal Policy. Come On Artie was able to grab the lead. Gilligan's Hooligan now is moving quickly on the outside. And Gilligan's Hooligan driving on the outside now is going to take over the front as they race their way to the opening quarter. And Come On Artie is right back out, though. Wants to pop out and reclaim the lead. And Come On Artie has reclaimed the front from Gilligan's Hooligan. And Leave It to Luther is third, about 5 from the front, 28-3 opening quarter. Payline racing fourth. Fiscal Policy is fifth. And Come On Artie and Samuel Filia leads at a length and a half. Gilligan's Hooligan right there filling the pocket, and Leave It to Luther third. Payline racing position fourth, and Fiscal Policy fifth. 5 in a line as they race their way up towards the half. 28-3 opening quarter. On past the half they go. 57-3 at 29 seconds. Second panel. Come On Artie as they race their way into the backstretch. Gilligan's Hooligan is the closest and is right there in the pocket. Leave It to Luther third as they race on down the backstretch and hasn't left the pylons just yet. Fiscal Policies to the outside and Payline on the inside, sharing fourth with Fiscal Policy. It is Come On Artie by 2 right now. Gilligan's Hooligan second. Leave It to Luther has left the pylons. It is now about 2 1/4 off leading closing ground. 3/4 126-4, and it is Come On Artie who's got the lead. Come On Artie advantage a length and 3/4. Leave It to Luther to the outside. Gilligan's Hooligan is third. Then Fiscal Policy and Payline they turn from, and Come On Artie is still digging in sharply on the front and leads it by a couple of lengths. And Come On Artie as they come to the finish. Come On Artie is going to win it and take it by about 2.5. And then Leave It to Luther, Gilligan's Hooligan, and Fiscal Policy. 155 flat. Come On Artie. Back in front of us, the winner of race 2, number 5, Come On Artie, 3-year-old Art Speak Bay Colts. Owned by Diane Silvestri, Brett Lester, the trainer. Samuel Filion, the winning driver. 8th win this year, 9th lifetime for Come On Artie. The second race payouts 5, Come on Artie, 280, 220, 250. 3, Leave It to Luther, pays 590, 380, and 6, Gilligan's Hooligan, $3.60 to show. The $2 exactor pays $16. Dollar try, $22.50. Dollar super, $78.05. Double of 8 and 5, $2 ticket, $26.50. Second race over finish in the top, 652-413. That's 652-413. For race number 3 on Parade 1 Expedition Pass, Lorimer McClure drives and trains and owns. Number 2 is Teasin, Dean Wall for Keith Wilson. Number 3 is 3 Alarm Fire, Jason Ryan for Matt Dupuis and Keith Castle. Number 4 is G, I'm Handsome, Samara Johnson for Mark Johnson and Denise Ball. Number 5 is Living at Large, Lauren House for Chantel Ridge. Number 6, Don't Talk About Bruno, brought me down for Dominic Ladew in the stable. And number 7, Silverback, Colin Keller for Jean Tournier and Silver Dollar Stables and Marie Gabri. It's a field of 7, race number 3. Let's get a look at some of the main players here in race number 3. And we'll start with number 1, Expedition Pass, who's 3-1 on the board and does have a win already, and that was a nice effort at Kawartha Downs from a little bit off the pace to win in 2-2-1, and did follow it up with a solid effort at Georgian, almost victorious third, beating a neck after leading for a good chunk of the race. The last one in Clinton did not go as well, but Expedition Pass, another inside post position. This will be the 4th start, 3 post 1s and a 2, so he certainly knows how to draw. I think he's got a pretty good chance in here. Lorimer McClure, 7-2. I like the price. Number 6, Don't Talk About Bruno, is the one the fans are most enamored with, and certainly a dominating effort in the Prospect Series at Clinton. A win in 2-4-4, but then tried Georgian Downs, and in the Prospect Series there got parked early. Did make the lead, but paid for it and backed away to 5th in the late going. Certainly Don't Talk About Bruno. Brett McDonald for Dominic Ladew is one of the main factors in here. Getting a lot more love, 6-5 on the board, and we see this one scoring down and looking pretty alive right now. Others, number 5, Living at Large. Well, one of the problems is X is on the dance card, has made breaks in, that last start and also back-to-back starts back in July, but was able to stay flat at Clinton and finished second. Don't Talk About Bruno, beaten 4 lengths. Living at Large. If you can stay flat here, Lauren House should have one that has a shot to get onto the ticket at a bit of a price, 11-1. And number 7, Silverbank, is 11-1 on the board. Has flashed some speed, but trouble putting it all together. Silverbank, Colin Keller for Jean Tournier, did race at Mohawk in 59-4 last race. Problem is the race went in 56-4. 10-1 on Silverbank. Right now the fans are on number 6, Don't Talk About Bruno. My top one is 1, Exhibition Pass at 5-2. lead is rolling for race number 3. It's Exhibition Pass and Teasin on the inside. In the center, 3-alarm fire and gee, I'm handsome and living at large. And to the outside, don't talk about Bruno and Silverbank. It's a field of 7. It's race number 3. Here they come. Field for the third race, gathering speed approaching the start. Let's do this. Field is at the start of the rough. Expedition Pass and Teasin. Don't talk about Bruno. Living at large and then 3-alarm fire. Then it is back to Silver Bank and back trailing the field is Gee, I'm Handsome. Expedition Pass has got the lead as they make a first pass into the backstretch. And don't talk about Bruno's come out second. Teasin third. Then it is 3-alarm fire and Living at large. And then making a break in stride was Silver Bank. Second from last is Gee, I'm Handsome. Expedition Pass has the lead for Lorimer McClure. 2 lengths in a rear second. Don't talk about Bruno. Teasin is racing position to third. Then racing fourth is 3-alarm fire. And Living at Large is racing fifth. 30 and 2 opening quarter. Expedition Pass has a lead of about 3 1/4. Don't talk about Bruno second. Teasin racing third. And 3-alarm fire is fourth as they work their way up towards the half. But Exhibition Pass is comfortably in command right now. And then moving to the outside, Teasin is alongside. Don't talk about Bruno. And 3-alarm fires racing fourth and then positioned fifth as they work their way past the half in 1:01. And it is Exhibition Pass. Teasin on the outside. Now he's moving up and is about 1 3/4 from the front. Don't talk about Bruno to the inside, racing third. Living at Large has gained a spot. He's fourth and 3-alarm fires racing fifth. Expedition Pass. And now on the outside, Teasin wants to pass Expedition Pass as they race now as a team by 3/4. On the inside, Expedition Pass. On the outside, it is Teasin. And then third, don't talk about Bruno. And fourth is Living at Large. Expedition Pass is game on top and leads it by 3/4. Trying to turn back Teasin. Might have to deal with Living at Large. And on the inside, don't talk about Bruno. Expedition Pass as they turn for home. Living at Large and Lauren House on the outside. Scooting up the inside is Don't Talk About Bruno. 3 across the track. Don't Talk About Bruno on the outside. Living at Large in the center. Expedition Pass. Expedition Pass and Living at Large and Don't Talk About Bruno. 2:01 and 4. In the win photo, it goes to 1, Expedition Pass. 1562, the top 4. There's a look at the winner of race 3, One Expedition Pass. 2-year-old Alarm Detector Bay Colt, owned and trained and driven to victory by Larmer McClure. Second win for Expedition Pass. 201 and 4. The third race payouts: 1 Expedition Pass, 930, 450, and 330. 5 Limit at Large, 530, 276. Don't Talk About Bruno, 230. $2 Exactor, 47.30. Dollar Tribe, 91.15. Dollar Super, 198.75. The third race, order finish in the tops of 1, 4, 5, 7, place 6, 2, 3, 6, place 7. Once again from the top down. 1, 4, 5, 7, place 6, 2, 3, 6, place 7. field for race number 4 is on parade. 1, Tactical Sealster, Travis Henry for Gerard Demers. Number 2 is Sports Sense, Samara Johnson for Mark Johnson. Number 3 is Better Be Serious, Nick Boyd for James Dean and Sirius Ain't Stable. Number 4 is Love is Alive, Scott Wood for Jack Moisevin, Joanne Colville, and Nancy McNevin, and Mark Main Prize. 5 is Premier Surefire, Brett McDonough for Robert Young. Number 6, Time Stand Still, Austin Sorry for Sean Arnott and Joe Tonelli. And number 7 is Inked in Pink, Jason Ryan for Emma Christopher and Joanne Colville. Field of 7, race number 4. Let's look at this field for the 4th race, and we'll start with number 3, Better Be Serious, 9-5 on the board, and one that gets away from racing at Mohawk against a tougher. And last couple races didn't go very well, but just before that, shows some pretty solid races. 3rd in 52-1. In fact, even that last race, look, finished 7th, but beaten 5 3/4. But it was a mile of 1:52-4 and came home pretty well. But 3 races ago, flashed to 26-4 final quarter. So I think Better Be Serious is one that I think is going to have a serious turnaround here. Problem is 1 win in 25 starts, so I'd like to see a little bit better than 2-1, but maybe not going to get it. Certainly, this should fit well for Better Be Serious. Number 5, Premier Surefire, is one that beat a maiden class in each of the last 2 at Georgia and did it rather handily. And a mile 57 there compares reasonably well. And it's not the 52 and change of Better Be Serious, but nonetheless good miles. Premier Surefire, Brett McDonald for Robert Young, 5-1. Number 1, Tactical Sealster, inside post position, fired out hard last race, but then backed away badly, so something may have gone wrong. But Tactical Sealster has 5 wins in 18 starts of the year and did win at Grand River in 55-3, so very capable of coming right back with a big outing. Has the gate speed to take advantage of the inside. 8-5, getting a lot of love as fans expect this one to bounce back. But now is coming in off of 3 races that didn't go well, so Tactical Sealster certainly needs to turn things back around. Strong connections, though, Travis Henry, Gerard Demers. And number 2, Sports Sense, was racing well before a last track. Kawartha maybe could return to form, and that one was just a case of the race going too fast for him. The race went in 53. And his mile 55-4, but he can compare here. At least one to think of for a spot somewhere further down the ticket, 8-1. But right now, the slight favorite is my top pick, number 3, Better Be Serious, Nick Boyd for James Dean, 8-5. Field for race number 4, a field of 7, reaching the top of the stretch, and here they come. Field for the 4th race is at the starter off, and Time Stand Still is going to blast out strongly. Tactical Shieldster better be serious as they drive on around the turn, but right now it is Time Stand Still who's got the lead. Better be serious on the outside, wants to try to drive on and get the lead, and Tactical Shieldster is to the inside third. Then it's a gap of 4 back to Love Is Alive and Sports Sense, and then Inked in Pink, and now it's Better Be Serious who's come on and taken the lead as they race past the opening quarter. And racing second, Time Stand Still, Tactical Shieldster third, and then Love Is Alive as the field works their way on around the turn. Then it's back to Sports Sense and Inked in Pink, and they race their way off the turn and they head on towards us. And on top, Nick Boyd, Better Be Serious with a lead of a length and a half right now. Time Stand Still is second. Tactical Shieldster third. He is currently about 4 1/4 from the front. And then Sports Sense is racing to the outside, and Love Is Alive is 5th of the inside, popping out from third. Tactical Shieldster as they work their way on past that 5/8 and into the backstretch. Better Be Serious, Tactical Shieldster, Time Stand Still, and racing 4th is Sports Sense. Love Is Alive is 5th, and Inked in Pink is 6th, and back in 7th is Premier Surefire. But Better Be Serious continues to march on the lead. Tactical Shieldster goes off stride, and now it is Better Be Serious with a lead of about 2.5 lengths over Sports Sense, and Love Is Alive is taken over third. Tactical Shieldster is racing 4th, and now Premier Surefire has moved up, and Premier Surefire is about to take over third and has done so. Love Is Alive is 4th, but they turn for home. Better Be Serious and Nick Boyd leading Sports Sense on down the stretch drive off that 3/4, 126 and 3, and Better Be Serious was seriously good and is going to win it and take it by about 5 or 6 lengths. Then Sports Sense, Premier Surefire, and Love Is Alive, 155 flats. Back in front of us is the winner. There is Nick Boyd with Better Be Serious. Better Be Serious, trained by James Dean, owned by Sirius 8 Stable. Second win this year in lifetime. 3-year-old Better is Delight Bay Colts. Better Be Serious, 155 flat. Fans, the inquiry sign will go up pertaining to number 3, Better Be Serious, and racing action going to 3/4. Fans, note the judge's ruling action going to 3/4. One tactical sealster did bear in and then cause his own interference and off stride. This inquiry does not affect the top 4 on the board. 3-2-5-4. Fans, note the judges also were viewing the break and stride of 5 Premier Surefire before the start and determining that there were no violations, and the inquiry sound will go off. 3-2-5-4. The fourth race payouts: 3 Battery Series, 210, 210, 210, 2 Sports Sense, 750, 370, and 5 Premier Surefire, 250. $2 exact rate, $30. Tribe, $9.80. Super, $39.25. And the dollar pick, 3 of 3, 19.10. fourth race order finished in the top down. 5P7, 2-1-4-3, 7P6, and then sixth place 5. So from the top down, Tactical Sealter was fifth place back to seventh, and 2-1-4-3-6-5 at the bottom. Field 4, race number 5 on Parade 1. Wildcat Rocky, Steve Byron for Dale Hurd and Tony Tangretin, Wildcat Stables. Number 2, Widmer Fan, Jason Ryan for Scott West. Number 3 is Hunter Hill, Daryl Thiessen for Scott West. Number 4, Taylor's Credit, Natasha Day for Doug Millard. 5 is Bugsy McGuire, Austin Sorry for Rachel Andrew. Number 6, Party in the Shadows, Scott Golder for Rafael Barassa and Francois Morin. Number 7, Wild River of Bumblebee, Jay Bruno for Julie Walker and Dr. John Bradbury. 8 is Nightclub Hanover, Brett Madonna for Richard Burrow and Francis Richard and Dr. John Bradbury. And number 9 is Doc's Philly Cheese, Garrett Rooney for Brittany Kennedy and Money Club Racing. Field of 9, race number 5. Let's look at this field. And first up, I want to look at number 6, Party in the Shadows. It's been racing pretty well now. Last race got beaten half a length to Curious Cortez, and Curious Cortez has been on fire of late. And Party in the Shadows, I thought it was a very good effort. Also, the race before it, second to Bugsy McGuire, beaten just a length and was a winner at Sarnia before that, so comes in with 3 strong performances, and overall he's having a good year. Sometimes, though, Party in the Shadows gets close, but just doesn't close the deal. But still, overall, you got to like his shot in here. You really got to like it at 13-1, but I cannot believe that it's going to stay there. Party in the Shadows does move up a level, though. Others to look at, number 5, Bugsy McGuire, we'll mention, did beat Party in the Shadows 2 races ago, 53-4. Very good mile at Grand River. And last race, so that race that Curious Cortez won, Bugsy McGuire was 4th, beaten a length and 3/4. Pretty solid performance from off the pace. Bugsy McGuire likely to flash a little more early speed in this one, and is 7-1. Austin Sorry for Rachel Andrews. Strong connection there. 9, Doc's Philly Cheese has been getting all the love, and certainly based on recent form deserves it. Now, is one that is facing tougher here, but still, the way that he won his last 2 races, just crushing, dominating efforts, has 6 wins on the year. The only reason why I didn't take this horse on top based on the recent form, the trailer post, which complicates things. 6-5 also. Did think this one was going to draw a lot of money regardless from the trailer post, so I preferred to be elsewhere where I could get some value. And number 2, Woodmere Fen, well, is getting away from Mohawk to try things here. Last time this one was on a half-mile track in much cheaper. August the 2nd at Grand River was a winner in 55-3. You do see a couple of 51-4 miles, 2 and 3 starts back, so certainly compares nicely in here, and is getting quite a bit of love at 4-1 on the board. It's a pretty good field, this 5th race. The fans are on 9, Doc's Philly Cheese, but I took 6, Party in the Shadows, Scott Golder for Rafael Barassa, and is right now sitting still at a nice price of 10-1. Gate is rolling for race number 5. Wildcat Rocky, Woodmere Fen, Hunter Hill on the inside. In the center, Taylor's Credit and Bugsy McGuire. And to the outside, Party in the Shadows, Wild River Bumblebee and Nightclub Hanover. And the second tier Ducks Philly Cheese. It's a field of 9. It is race number 5, and they're into the stretch drive, approaching the start. Field for the 5th race is at the start of the route. Bugsy McGuire is going to bolt out quickly, and Wildcat Rocky, Hunter Hill, and Nightclub Hanover. Then Doc's Philly Cheese from the second tier is going to get away 5th, and Party in the Shadows is racing 6th. Taylor's Credit is back there positioned to further back, racing 7th as they race their way on into the backstretch. And right now on top is Bugsy McGuire. Bugsy McGuire, Hunter Hill took to the outside. Wildcat Rocky on the inside, still with the pocket. Hunter Hill is parked and challenging, and Bugsy McGuire leads the opening quarter 27-2. Nightclub Hanover 4th and Doc's Philly Cheese, and back to Party in the Shadows, and then it is back further to Woodmere Fen, and then Wild River Bumblebee, and they race their way off the turn. The field comes on towards us, and Bugsy McGuire with Hunter Hill parked, and inside 3rd, Wildcat Rocky. Nightclub Hanover now 2nd over 4th, and Doc's Philly Cheese, and back further is Party in the Shadows in front of Taylor's Credit. They race their way on past a lively half of 55-3, and on into the backstretch they go. Bugsy McGuire is leading. Bugsy McGuire, Hunter Hill, racing 3rd is Wildcat Rocky. Nightclub Hanover is positioned 4th, and Doc's Philly Cheese is racing positioned 5th as they work their way on towards 3/4, and then 6th is Party in the Shadows, and 7th is Taylor's Credit. Up the inside, Wild River Bumblebee and Woodmere Fen. 3/4 recorded in 1:23-2. Bugsy McGuire leading still. Wildcat Rocky, Hunter Hill, and Nightclub Hanover. And then Party in the Shadows on the inside to the outside. Doc's Philly Cheese on down the stretch drive they come. Bugsy McGuire is still sharp in a final move from Wildcat Rocky. Bugsy McGuire, Wildcat Rocky is going to be close. And Wildcat Rocky and Bugsy McGuire in a photo. Nightclub Hanover 3rd, 1:52 for a photo finish. In the win photo, it goes to 5, Bugsy McGuire. Back in front of us, 5, Bugsy McGuire, 9-year-old Better's Delight Bay Gelding. Austin Sorry with the winning drive. Rachel Andrew, the trainer. Austin, also the owner. It's the 6th win this year, 51st lifetime. Bugsy McGuire. The fifth race payouts $5. McGuire 730 483.30. 1 Wildcat Rocky 630 420. 8 Nightclub Hanover 1490. $2 race actor 2910. Dollar try 287.60. Dollar pick 5 921.50. The 20-cent pick 5 is 184.30. And a 20-cent high five of 1424.99. The fifth race, order of finish from the top, 296-815-437. That's 296-815-437 at the bottom. Field for the sixth on parade. One, Doc Houston. Jason Ryan for Jay Poliferani and Jimmy Poliferani. Number two is You're the One. Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and Ron Cullen. And number three, Feisty Like Fire. Jay Harris for Brett Lester and Rebecca Williamson. Number four is Rock and Roll Shadow. Colin Keller for Jacob Roberts and Steve Adams. Five is Beef and Cheddar. Travis Henry for Isaac Waxman and Tess Waxman and Warren Taylor. And number six is No Time at All. Paul McKenzie for Terry Gallant and Calvin Kepfer. Field of six for race number six. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, the first one that we're going to take a look at is the one where all the money is out right now. Number five, Beef and Cheddar. And Beef and Cheddar set out by Isaac Waxman. There's one that, well, the last couple races at Mohawk, they didn't go well. But look at last race. Fired to the front from post 10 and did tail off a bit in the late going. And the start before it led a long way before giving it up and finishing 50 and 3, but both 52 and 4 miles. But before that was racing consistently well. Had a run of top two finishes. You'd have to think with the move away from Mohawk and this class, Beef and Cheddar should fire right back up and be tough. Travis Henry for Isaac Waxman. Isaac has put up enormous numbers this year and has a 437 training average. Even money, Beef and Cheddar. Number four, Rock and Roll's Shadow has only one win on the air, but one that you have to consider somewhere on the ticket because, well, he just fits well in here. And Rock and Roll's Shadow drops a level off of a race fourth, beaten just a length and 3/4, and is a definite top three threat. Colin Kelly for Jacob Roberts. Jacob's having a good year. And 6-1 Rock and Roll Shadow. Number three, Feisty Like Fire, is 6-1 on the board. And last race, Georgian was more feisty. Had a couple races that didn't work out as well, but last one was much better. And off that good second, Georgian is one that is currently 6-1 on the board. And one more is number one, Doc Houston. Well, was racing at Mohawk and then got away from Mohawk to try to get things rolling. Did battle hard last race for a while, but then eventually dropped back. But certainly that was a more game effort, and maybe now from post one here, Doc Houston could build off of that one. And is 3-1, getting a fair amount of love on the inside. Jason Ryan for Jay Poliferani. But number five, Beef and Cheddar, for my money, is the one that you got to take a close look at. 6-5, I think, is the one to beat. The starter is called the field for race number 6. Doc Houston, and You're the One on the inside. In the center, Feisty Like Fire and Rock and Roll's Shadow. And then to the outside, Beef and Cheddar and No Time at All. It's a field of 6 for race number 6. Field for the 6th race. Into the stretch drive, gathering speed, approaching the start. There at the start of the rough, Rock and Roll's Shadow is going to get out well, and Beef and Cheddar to the outside. Then it is You're the One, Feisty Like Fire. Doc Houston, and back trailing the field as they work around the turn is No Time at All, but Beef and Cheddar wants to come on and clear to the front. Beef and Cheddar leads it by a length and a quarter, and now a length and a half, and is able to make the lead. You're the One is filling the pocket. Rock and Roll Shadow is third. Doc Houston is fourth, and now You're the One is going to loop back around and grab the lead from Beef and Cheddar. Rock and Roll Shadow third. Doc Houston fourth. Feisty Like Fire and No Time at All. You're the One leads on past that opening quarter in 27 and 2. Beef and Cheddar filling the pocket and is right close in the pocket. Then a gap of a length and a half, and third is Rock and Roll Shadow. Doc Houston position fourth. Then Feisty Like Fire and No Time at All, 6 in a line as they race up to the half. You're the One and Travis Cullen with the lead. And Beef and Cheddar is not enjoying things in the pocket. He's kind of fighting with Travis Henry. Beef and Cheddar is all over You're the One sitting in the pocket. 56 seconds flat the halftime. Rock and Roll Shadow is racing third. Doc Houston fourth. Feisty Like Fire and No Time at All. And it is You're the One with the lead as they race their way on down the back stretch. And Beef and Cheddar is still in the pocket, but is going to come out right now. And Beef and Cheddar looking to tackle You're the One. Then third is Rock and Roll Shadow. Doc Houston is fourth. And then trailing pair, Feisty Like Fire and No Time at All. 3/4 of 124 and 3. And You're the One. Beef and Cheddar to the outside. You're the One leads it by about 3/4 of a length. Then Beef and Cheddar. Doc Houston set up 3 wide, and Doc Houston is coming. And on the inside, Rock and Roll Shadow. It is You're the One. Doc Houston is looking to make a house call, and it is Doc Houston now who's come on and has taken the lead. Doc Houston is going to score, and then Rock and Roll's Shadow, No Time at All, and You're the One. 153 and 4. Back in front of us, the winner of race 6, 1 Doc Houston. Jason Ryan, the winning driver. The trainer is Jay Polifrani. The owner is Jimmy Polifrani. 4-year-old sports writer, Bay Gelding. Third win this year, 6th lifetime, Doc Houston. The sixth race. Payouts 1 Doc Houston, 1170, 660, and 560. 4 Rock and Roll Shadows, 640 and 550, and 6 No Time at All, 750. $2 exactors, 63.70. Dollar try, 287.95. Dollar super, 513.70. Dollar win, 404, 356.30. The sixth race, so her finish from the top down is a 145.263. That's 145.263 in the bottom. For the seventh on parade, one JMR Speakaway, Jay Harris for Boyd Wilson and JMR Racing and Harold Wilson. Number 2, Brooklyn Strong, Dan O'Brien, drives and trains and owns. Number 3 is Lines Brush Marks, Anthony Hahn for John Lougheed and Dorian DeJong and Ed Laybourne. Number 4 is Bet on Lucas, Ryan DeRoche for Alan Fair and Elizabeth Fair. 5 is Scratched. Number 6, Redland Wrangler, Paul McKenzie for Stephen Charlton and Kathleen Charlton and Redland Farm. Number 7 is Crooksy, Scott Kohler for Mariel Enberg and Brenda Darrable. Number 8 is PT. It's Daryl Thiessen for Jay Conklin and Joyce Jones. And 9 is Twin B player Samuel Fillion for Gerard Demaris and Helene Fillion. It's a field of 8, race number 7. Let's look at this field, and I want to start with number 2, Brooklyn Strong, because, well, the last few lines not good. So why would I have this one on top? Well, dropping from the grassroots, has an inside post and can get off the gate well. It's had 5 starts, doesn't have a top 3 finish yet. But I think overall, if you look at the body of work and the speed, and you look between the lines and start look example 3 races back at a pretty nice 56-second back half in that mile of 54 and 4 with broken equipment racing at Mohawk. And I think Brooklyn Strong is one that could come out strong here. He's getting a lot of love. 9 to 5 on board for Dan O'Brien. Number 9, Twin B player, was much more of a player last race and was second beaten just a length and a quarter. Got out well to get a pocket trip. It'll be dependent on Samuel Fillion working out a trip from the trailer post, but Twin B player is overall one that shows enough form to be a solid player to get onto the ticket. The trip will matter, though, from the trailer post, 7 to 1. Number 8 PT, Daryl Thiessen for Jay Conklin, and one that's got a win this year, and that was a win at Georgian last time out as the betting favorite. Problem is that was post 1. Now PT has post 8, but nonetheless, he is one that off that win and also showing 55 speed to start before it at Mohawk with a 55 and 1 back half. You do have to take seriously. Benefits with a scratch, so that'll be post 7. Daryl Thiessen for Jay Conklin, and is 8 to 5, getting a lot of love. And number 3, Lines Rush Marks, is at least one that shows improving form. Doesn't have a win in 22 starts and only 2 top 2 finishes, but is getting better. And Lines Brush Marks at 17 to 1, now 14 to 1, might be able to sneak onto the ticket and help it pay. Anthony Hahn for John Lougheed. is rolling for the seventh. JMR Speakaway. Brooklyn strong on the inside. In the center, lines, rush marks, and Ben Lucas and Redland Wrangler to the outside, Crooksy and PT, and the second tier Twin B player. It's a field of 8 for race number 7. Here they come. And they're at the start of the route. Brooklyn Strong will leave a well Petey on the outside. And then Redland Wrangler lines rush marks, and Bet on Lucas is racing fifth as they drive around the turn. Then it is JMR Speakaway and back further Twin B player. And Crooksy is trailing the field. Brooklyn Strong is strong early, has the front. Lines rush mark second. Redland Wrangler is racing still on the outside. It is going to press on. And then PT is on the inside racing fourth, and then Bet on Lucas and Twin B player and JMR Speakaway. And now Redland Wrangler and Paul McKenzie's got the lead, and Brooklyn Strong is racing second, about 3 1/4 back. Lions Rush Marks is currently third, and then Petey's on the inside fourth and works in front of Bet on Lucas and Twin B player. 29 in 4 opening quarter. As they work their way off the turn, they come on towards us. Redland Wrangler and Paul McKenzie leads by 2 1/4. Brooklyn Strong is second, and now here comes PT on the outside, working first up from third. Off at 29 in 4 opening quarter. Half was 1 minute and 1/5. And on the outside, about to take over fourth is Twin B player. On the inside lines, Brush Marks is about 4 lengths from the front. Bet on Lucas is sixth, and then it is back to JMR Speakaway and Crooksy on down the backstretch they go. And Redland Wrangler now getting tested by PT. And Brooklyn Strong is racing third. It is now Petey and Redland Wrangler, and they're going at it. Redland Wrangler on the inside is fighting off Petey for now, and then racing third. Brooklyn Strong is now going to drop back down on the inside and be on the back of Redland Wrangler, who's trying to hold off Petey. 3/4, 129 and 4. Petey sticks ahead in front now. Redland Wrangler, Brooklyn Strong is racing third, and then lines rush marks, and they turn for home. Petey on down the stretch drive they come, and Petey and Redland Wrangler. And Brooklyn Strong is closing now. 3 across the track. And Brooklyn Strong on the outside trying to collar Petey. Brooklyn Strong, Petey. Petey might have held off Brooklyn Strong, who was closing. And then Redland Wrangler and Lions rush marks. 2 minutes flat. Coming back in front of us, the winner of race number 7. It's number 8, Petey, a 3-year-old state treasurer, Bay Gelding. Owned by Joyce Jones, trained by Jay Conklin. Gerald Cheeson's the winning driver. It's the second win this year and lifetime, and second in a row for Petey. The seventh race payouts, number 8 Petey, 370, 240, 242. Brooklyn Strong, $3, 246. Redland Wrangler, 460. $2 exact or $11.40. Try, 30. $3.45 super, 104.45. The seventh race, we're finished in the top, 624, 5 scratch 3, 817. That's 624, 5 scratch 3, 817. field for the 8th race on parade. 1, Sir Pugsley. Samuel filling out for Taylor Fritz and G. Thanks Stable. Number 3 is Bolt Power. Jason Ryan for Mariel Enberg. Number 4 is Better's Dream. Brett McDonough for Michelle Sherman and Kyle Stretch. 5 is P.L. Oliver. Colin Kelly for Matt Dupuis. Number 6 is He's a Handyman. It's Mike Horner for Mark Horner. Field of 5 for race number 8. Let's get a look at this field. We'll start with number 3, Bolt of Power, and one that raced from post 8 at Grand River last race. A tough post assignment on that half-mile track, and yet finished second, beaten just 2 lengths to a very good one in Fox Hunt. And Bolt of Power is also one that just overall you see some pretty good flashes of speed. In fact, you see 150 and 2 back in the middle of July, racing at Mohawk, beaten just a length to Respect Our Flag. Very good measuring stick. And also did beat a preferred 2 class back in June at Grand River. Bolt Power, that's a much tougher class than he faces here. That's why you're looking at 4 to 5 aboard. Jason Ryan for Mariel Enberg, class drop. Should work out well. Others, number 5, P.L. Oliver, is 2 to 1 on the board and is having a good season again. One that sometimes comes up just a touch short. Has 9 wins over the past 2 seasons and 18 runner-up finishes. And P.L. Oliver has certainly been close in each of the last couple, and can race from on or off the pace. From way off the pace last race at Grand River, came flying late and was third, beaten a length and 3/4. P.L. Oliver, Colin Kelly for Matt Dupuis, is 5 to 2. Number 6, He's a Handyman. Did have a couple of handy wins 3 and 4 races ago, and then the last race rebounded from a tough outing to finish third, beaten a length and a half. That's the race that Curious Cortez won. It was a very fine one. He's a Handyman is one that's a solid consideration, 5 to 2. And 1, Sir Pugsley, well, a ton of back class, but this year is not, the last couple of seasons is now starting to age, but 463,000 lifetime. But now since January 1st of last year has made just 30,000 in 45 starts. Sir Pugsley, though, the inside post certainly can help in races for the barn of Taylor Fritz. Samuel Filion driving 7 to 2. is rolling for race number 8. Sir Pugsley, Bold Power on the inside. In the center, Bettor's Dream to the outside, Peel Oliver, and He's a Handyman. It's a field of 5. It is race number 8. And the field for the 8th race in the stretch, gathering speed. Field for the 8th race is at the start of the rough, and Peel Oliver is going to get out well, and also driving early is Bold Power, Sir Pugsley on the inside. Then it is Bettor's Dream, and He's a Handyman. P.L. Oliver has got the lead right now. Sir Pugsley second. Bolt Powers racing third as they work their way on down the backstretch, and then racing position to fourth is Bettor's Dream, and then it is back to He's a Handyman. P.L. Oliver's got the lead. Opening quarter put up by P.L. Oliver. Racing second, Sir Pugsley, 27-4 opening panel. Bolt Power is in mid-pack third in front of Bettor's Dream, and then it is back to He's a Handyman. Field of 5 working around the turn, 27-4 opening quarter. And P.L. Oliver, Colin Kelly, lead of a length and a half. Sir Pugsley, Sammy Filias racing second. Bolt Power and Jason Ryan is racing position to third, and then Bettor's Dream and Brett McDonald, and He's a Handyman in my corner. It is P.L. Oliver leading on past the half, 57-3 halftime, 29-4 second panel. Sir Pugsley is racing still second on the inside, and Bolt Power now is unbolted from the pylons and is moving on the outside as they race their way on down the backstretch. Bolt Power closing now is taking over second, bearing down on P.L. Oliver. Sir Pugsley third. Bettor's Dream is fourth, and fifth is He's a Handyman. It's P.L. Oliver and Colin Kelly now getting a challenge from Bolt Power and Jason Ryan. 3/4, 126-3. P.L. Oliver and Bolt Power. Bolt Power's trying to chip away, but P.L. Oliver looks strong. P.L. Oliver, Bolt Power now is a length and a half back, and on the inside, Sir Pugsley. Then it is back to Bettor's Dream, and He's a Handyman, and they turn for home. And P.L. Oliver on down the stretch drive now is cruising in the lane. P.L. Oliver is going to win this one. Bolt Power trying to hold on to second. Close for second. Well, along with Sir Pugsley, and then charging late, He's a Handyman, 154-2. The win to P.L. Oliver. Coming back in front of us, the winner of race 8, it is 5 P.L. Oliver. 5-year-old sports writer Brown Gelding, owned by Matt Dupuy, also the trainer. And Colin Kelly, the winning driver, 4th win this year, 14th lifetime, P.L. Oliver. Eighth race payouts number 5, P.L. Oliver. 680, 230, 210, 3 Bolt Power, 210, 210, 1 Sir Pugsley, 210. $2 exactor, 1010, dollar try, 1330, dollar super, 21.90. field for race number 9 on parade. 1 to Jennifer's credit, Samuel Filia for Sean Arnott. Number 2 is Life is Better. Ryan DeRoche for Ken Matheson and Henry Bankowitz. And number 3 is JJ Powerball, Austin Sorry for Rachel Andrew. Number 4 is Dreamfair Moxie, Todd Ratchford for Mark Goddard and Verinder Gill. Number 5, Sports Section, Brett Madonna for Francis Guillemette and Stefan Joffrey. Number 6, Lux Sealster, Anthony Hunt for Nathan Harding and Lance Wells. And number 7, Real Wicked, Paul McKenzie for Michelle Sherman and Gary Anderson at Marked West Racing and Sean Downey and Dave Simpson. Number 8 is Bearcat Willie, Mike Horner for himself, trains and owns. Field of 8, race number 9. Let's get a look at some of the main players here in this 9th and final dash. Going to start with number 5, Sports Section, and Sports Section has just 3 wins on the year, but is one that is dropping in class for this race. I think this could be an excellent spot for Sports Section. And if you take a look at the last time that this one raced really well, you see this one racing second beat in the neck August the 7th, and that was above this class from a favorable post. I think Sports Section in this class can be a pretty solid player. Sports Section, Brett McDonald driving for Francis Guillemette. Strong connections. I expect a big effort from Sports Section. I like the price of 9-2. I think he's got a pretty legitimate chance of winning it here. Number 4, Dreamfair Moxie finished up his mile very well last race. Was beaten 2 lengths, but looked sharp at the finish. Dreamfair Moxie has a lot of back class and could build off that last one, and does have a win in 51-2 this year at Mohawk. 6 wins on the year. Dreamfair Moxie is 8-1. Could be a good value play. Second start after being a scratched lame. Dreamfair Moxie coming back just 6 days later from that last race. Others, number 6, Lux Sealster, shows improving form, and despite an outside post, or at least post 6, might be able to be a solid player. And you should be able to get a bit of a price because only 2 top 3 finishes in 11 starts of the year, but certainly was better last race. Lux Sealster, it's Anthony Hanford, Nathan Harding, and he is 6-1. And number 2, Life is Better, is the one the fans like the most. He's going to need a better trip. Last race, parked every step of the way and still managed to finish 4th. The start before it got parked and managed to work from being 8th at the half and 3/4 to come on and finish 3rd. Life is Better, 10-time winner last year that just needs a better trip and certainly has a post position to have that happen. Life is Better and Ryan DeRoche for Ken Matheson, the 7-5 favorites. Gate is rolling for race number 9. To Jennifer's credit, Life is Better on the inside with JJ Powerball. In the center, Dreamfair Moxie, Sports Section. And to the outside, Black Sealster, Real Wicked, and Bearcat Willie. It's a field of 8 for the ninth and final dash. Here they come. And the field for race number 9 is at the start of the rough. JJ Powerball. Sports section gets out well. Life is better to Jennifer's credit. Then Dreamfair Moxie, Lux Sealster, Real Wicked, and Bearcat Willie. But right now, sports section has got the lead. Sports section, Brett McDonald on top. JJ Powerball continues to power on the outside. And racing third is Life is Better as they race their way on to the opening quarter. And now Life is Better took out from third. Life is Better wants to come on and try to take the lead from JJ Powerball, and now thinks better of it. JJ Powerball, 27-4 opening quarter. Sports section filling the pocket. Life is Better is on the inside. Third to Jennifer's credit is fourth, and then Dreamfair Moxie as the field works their way on around the turn. It is JJ Powerball who's got the front. JJ Powerball leads it, and sports section is right there in the pocket. Life is Better third. Now Dreamfair Moxie is going to move on the outside, and we'll get cover as Life is Better took out from third. On the inside, fifth is to Jennifer's credit. Then it is back to Real Wicked and Lux Sealster and Bearcat Willie. 57-1 halftime. On down the backstretch they go. JJ Powerball. Life is Better threatening. Sports section's getting a nice trip on the back of JJ Powerball. And Dreamfair Moxie is advancing, but it's still JJ Powerball who's got the lead. That lead is down, though, to just ahead now. Life is Better. Sports section bravening up in the pocket. Dreamfair Moxie is racing fourth, and then to Jennifer's credit, Real Wicked. Trailing pair, Lux Sealster, Bearcat Willie. JJ Powerball with the front, and sports section in the pocket as the field reaches for the top of the stretch, and sports section's going to come out now in pursuit of JJ Powerball. 3/4, 126 and 2. JJ Powerball, sports section closing. Sports section's got a blow on by and win it. JJ Powerball second. Then Dreamfair Moxie and Life is Better. 155 and 1. Sports section. Coming back in front of us, the winner of race 9, it's 5 sports section, 4-year-old sports rider Bay Horse, owned by Francis Guillemette and Stephane Joffrey. Francis Guillemette's the trainer. He is the 4th win this year and 6th lifetime of the winning drive to Brad McDonald. Ninth race payouts 5 sports section. 310, 250, 273 JJ Powerball 410 $3 and for Dreamfare Moxie 350. $2 exactor 1310, dollar try 2605, double of 5 and 5 1010. Dollar pick 3 1265, the dollar win 4 9230, dollar high 5 314.10. Here is your ninth race order finish from the top. It is a 542 31876. That's 542 31876 on the bottom. Fans, that concludes the live harness racing program for this Tuesday evening. Action resumes here on Thursday. Our first dash in a Thursday evening will go to post at 6:35 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Shanna.